everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm Dr. Ramal from City Skin Clinic, and today I thought we'd have a little chat about what skincare products you can and can't use during pregnancy. This is a really important topic that comes up time and time again in the clinic from some of our clients who are either planning a pregnancy or who discover that they are pregnant, and they just want to know what can they do for their skin, because this area is a little bit tricky. So I hope you find this video useful. If you like it, give it a thumbs up at the end. If you're new to our channel, welcome, and please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. So one of the big issues about pregnancy is firstly, there are kind of the skin changes. So there are lots of changes that happen in the body and lots of changes in hormones that then impact the skin. And the fallout of that can be very different from person to person and from pregnancy to pregnancy. So it's not all of it is bad. So some people actually experience amazing skin during their pregnancy. It becomes plumper, smoother, a lot bouncier, more glowing. So that definitely happens to a lot of people. But sometimes some people may actually experience worse skin during pregnancy, or it may exacerbate skin problems they already have or bring about new ones. So some of the key things that could happen during pregnancy, some people may actually find worsening of their breakouts if they're already acne prone. And that's particularly difficult to deal with, especially if your acne and breakouts were under control before your pregnancy. One of the other things that can happen during pregnancy is people may experience hyperpigmentation, so things like chloasma, which is a kind of hyperpigmentation in areas of the face, particularly around the kind of nose and the cheek area. And this is sort of known as the mask of pregnancy, and it is a darkening of patches of your skin, and it's associated with pregnancy. It's something that improves after the pregnancy has finished, but may need help improving later on. After breastfeeding and pregnancy are done. And we have a video about hyperpigmentation where I explain a little bit more about melasma and chloasma. So during pregnancy, if you experience these things, this video is really about what you can do to help you with your skincare, and what things you can safely use versus what things you have to avoid. And all of this is just based on what we know in terms of kind of the scientific data that we have right now. Obviously, with pregnancy, it's very difficult. No one is really going to do a blind control study of pregnant women. So a lot of things that we know could have the potential to harm the pregnancy and the developing embryo. We advise against, just stay away from them, no matter how small the risk, because, it's not something that's worth taking. So that leaves us with a small number of things that you can do and you can use. And today's video, I'm going to limit to just at-home skin treatments, so just skincare products. I will do another video about professional treatments, but which is even trickier and limited, but today is just going to be about skincare. So what can you do safely at home? So the things that are banned really during pregnancy, so all kinds of retinoids, that's a huge no-no. Retinoids, vitamin A and its derivatives, they will affect fetal development, so you just stay away from it. And I often advise my patients, if you are even thinking about pregnancy and you're going to start trying, just stop these products, particularly the retinoids, because they may affect the developing embryo, and also at an earlier stage can have the more detrimental effects. So that's something that I advise. So no to retinoids completely. The other thing that you really can't use are acids. So salicylic acid, so beta hydroxy acids, but particularly salicylic acid, that can also affect the developing embryo. So we say no to those at all during pregnancy, and I would encourage you, if you're trying to get pregnant, to also avoid it. So that's horrible if you are someone who has acne prone skin, very oily skin, because we know how great salicylic acid is for that. Another thing that you can't use are most alpha hydroxy acids, the recommendation for most of them, particularly things like glycolic acid, where the molecules are super small and they can seep into the skin and in theory get into the bloodstream and then make its way to the embryo, or the fetus later on. So these are things that we advise you to stay away from. What other things can you not use? Well, some more bad news for acne sufferers. So things like benzoyl peroxide cannot be used during pregnancy, and this is really bad news if you're someone who has hyperpigmentation or you've developed coasma. You can't use the traditional skin treatments for hyperpigmentation, such as hydroquinone. You can't use things like arbutin either. So, okay, bad news out of the way, and this is not an exhaustive list by no means, but these are the big things that we just say no to them. And if you are pregnant or considering trying, please make the effort to seek out your doctor and just ask for a list of things that you should be avoiding, whether they're food related, whether they are skincare related. And there are also some really good guidelines from the NHS in the UK. Look at the recommendations from your kind of national body that regulates obstetricians. Those associations will also have guidelines and advice as well for patients. It's not all doom and gloom though. I know it sounds terrible, but there are some really good products that you can easily access from the pharmacy, from the skincare stores, from the internet, from reputable brands, that can be used during pregnancy and actually can help sub in for those products that I mentioned. So what can you use? So like I said, retinoids are the big ones. So retinoids, we use them for things like fine lines and wrinkles. We use it to treat hyperpigmentation. We use it for acne. So if you can't use retinoids, what can you sub in for them? Well, if you want something that is going to help with these things, azelaic acid is considered safe to use during pregnancy, and it is absolutely fantastic. It will exfoliate the skin and help improve turnover. It does help with acne prone skin as well. It does help even out skin tone, so it's good for hyperpigmentation. So azelaic acid can be a really good substitute for both exfoliants and also retinoids. Another product that's really good for your skin, particularly for hyperpigmentation, and also to just give you a nice kind of a brighter, glowy complexion, is vitamin C. So vitamin C is fantastic. It can be used during pregnancy, and it's a really nice product to use pregnant or not for your skin. So these are two that will help with skin tone, with texture, and a little bit with breakouts as well. Another product that can be used safely during pregnancy is hyaluronic acid. So hyaluronic acid is a fantastic, it is gentle to use on most skin types. It can be used across all skin tones. It helps hydrate the skin. It helps reduce the appearance of lines and wrinkles, and it makes the skin just look juicier and more radiant and just much more hydrated, and you can use that safely. You can use it on dry skin. It's amazing. You can also use it on oily skin. It's absolutely wonderful. So between azelaic acid, vitamin C, and hyaluronic acid. You've got in there treatments that can target chloasma and hyperpigmentation, that can help kind of control breakouts and pimple formation, that can also improve the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles if you have them, and can give the skin a really beautiful radiant glow as well. Another thing that's really super important to do during pregnancy is protect your skin. So SPF, so broad spectrum sunscreen, can be safe to use during pregnancy, and absolutely should be. Some people find their skin becomes a little bit more kind of sensitive to light during pregnancy, and like I mentioned, things like hyperpigmentation, particularly chloasma, can also be triggered by UV exposure. So it's really important to protect your skin, and UV and broad spectrum sunscreen will do that for you. And then last but not least, another wonderful ingredient that you can use, particularly if you're suffering from oily skin, enlarged pores, or acne during pregnancy, is niacinamide. So niacinamide is safe to use during pregnancy, and you may find it combined with hyaluronic acid or B5, vitamin B5, but it's safe to use during pregnancy. So again, this is something, it's one of the few topical ingredients that you can get that actually help reduce the appearance of pores. So it's fantastic in my opinion. So these kind of, again, this is not an exhaustive list. There are other things that you can do, but I thought I would just keep it short and sweet and mention the key ingredients that can help address the most common complaints during pregnancy, and often that's acne, breakouts, or hyperpigmentation. If you are someone who just wants to address one or two of these problems, you can choose the ingredients that you kind of like. If you just have no problems with your skin during pregnancy, but you just want to maintain it and look after it, then you can just do things like use hyaluronic acid to keep it hydrated and beautiful looking, and then always wear broad spectrum sunscreen. I hope you found this video useful. Please let me know if you have any questions about skincare during pregnancy, and also if you just have any general skincare related questions. And if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done so. Until next time.